Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Dick Pritchard from Columbus, Ohio, and you're listening to our CTFO Rockstar Team Training for September the 20th, 2020. Hope you all had a great week. Let's get going. First of all, if you're new to CTFO, it is a nutritional products and wellness company. It was founded by the three guys you see on your screen right now, Stephen Stewart Finger and Michael Kahn. I've known both Stewart and Michael for 10 years now. Great people. I met Steve about a year ago. Equally great guy. These guys do not receive corporate bonuses or salaries. They are paid just like you and me. They must develop a sales team and sell products in order to make money. That's the only way we make money in CTFO is by selling the nutritional products. Now, we don't go door to door or, generally speaking, whole product parties and that kind of thing, but we do sell products. That's how we make our money. That's the only way money is made at CTFO. Let's look at our week. We had 164 new members this week. That's a little better than last week. 6 of those came in for free by mail. Our 31-day team sales volume, $59,309. What matters most, of course, is our weekly team sales volume, because that's what we get paid on. That looks pretty good at $12,242. We did sell 1 silver pack so far. The weekly numbers are not complete yet because the week isn't complete, but that's how we're doing so far. We now have a total of 42,499 members. As I always say, when a company allows people to come in for free and never kicks them out, you're going to have a lot of inactive members. And we do. That's 5 years worth of recruiting and advertising there. Our postal profit system, which uses our letters, automated mailing letters, to bring in people on auto ship. We had 2 auto ship signups, as you can see. We sent out 48 new info packs and 36 follow-up info packs this week. We have a mailing of approximately 5,000 letters that should have gone out late this past week, and that will start hitting in another week or so. And we're already over 4,000 for the next mailing. So those letter mailings are continuing to rock along. Just have a few updates and training. A reminder, one more time, we really need to step up our advertising. When you stop advertising, your business starts dying. And it doesn't matter to me how you advertise, any way you want to. If you want to create your own system of some kind, that's fine. Some people do that. Most people don't know how. And that's why we offer systems to people. I offer my postcard system and the postal profit system free of charge. Yes, you have to pay for leads and stamps and that kind of thing, but the point is, I do almost all of the work, okay? If you want to use those systems, you're welcome to use them. If you don't want to use them, you don't have to. You can promote this any way you want to. Nobody is your boss, okay? You're an independent business person, and you can build it any way you want to, okay? So nobody is going to force you to use my postcard system or to use the postal profit system, to use Rob Martz's Smarts postcard system or any other systems that are out there. A lot of people in our group promote by word of mouth, and that's the only way they promote. Some promote online. You can do all of those things, but the point is you must advertise your business if you want it to grow, just like any business, okay? You want to keep selling pizzas, your pizza store needs to advertise. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about getting paid today, because sometimes people don't realize how you get paid The first thing is you need to know how to log into your back office. You need a way to log into your back office. If you do not have a computer, you can learn how to do this for free at your local public library. They have computers you can use for free. You can get a free email account at Yahoo or Gmail so that you can get notified that you're getting paid. Before they stopped us from doing this, I used to put my email in for people who didn't have email. But to this day, I still get almost every week 1 or 2 emails to those people telling them they got paid. But they've never bothered to create an email account, and so they don't even know. Maybe it's only $12 or something, but they got paid. By now, they may have $100 or more dollars stacked up in their GPG account, and they don't even know it. So that's why it's important, even if you don't have a computer, okay, if you got a smartphone or an iPad or something, to get online, it's important to get a free email account and put that in your profile in your back office so that you'll be notified when you get paid. But when you get notified, what do? Well, it's very simple. Let's go through the steps. First of all, when you log into your back office, and this is my back office, you will see there are 2 things that say commissions. If you click on commissions, it will give you a thing that says historical commissions, which shows you how much you got paid this week at the top and the week before and the week before and so on. You can look. It actually tells you how much of your commission came from profit-sharing positions, how much came from matrix pay, how much came from unilevel pay, infinity bonuses, pack bonuses, team pay. All of those things are listed there individually so you can see where your money came from. But the important thing most people want to do is to get their money, and so if you click on commission management, you will then open up the next page, which looks like this, and basically it says, talks about your GPG account down there. Now, for some reason, it always says there's a 0 balance in your e-wallet. That's something, I guess that's a bug that needs to be fixed, because these numbers should not be 0. If you're earning any money, they shouldn't. So ignore them, okay? They're wrong. But here's what you do to like I said, you can click on commissions, historical commissions, and see what your actual commissions are. But your commissions are banked in an account called GPG, or Global Pay Gateway. It's an e-wallet. And the way you get the money out, that's the important thing, right? Get your money out, is you click on this little link down here at the bottom. It says, click here to log into your GPG commission account. Now, the first time you click on that, you have to fill out a little form that tells them your name, address, phone number, identification type information, and you have to create a different password for your GPG account. And after you do that the first time, when you click on that, you will see the next page, which looks like this. This is your login page, all right, and you just enter your password here. It's, of course, encrypted, so you can't tell what my password is, and I don't want you to know. And then you have to click on the little I'm not a robot box, okay, the CAPTCHA box. Then click on log in. Now, when you log in, you'll see the next page, which I've cleverly disguised so not to show you what my commissions are. But you'll notice it does show you my balance. My current balance is 38 cents. And that's because every Wednesday when I get the notice, I go in and I move all the whole dollars into my bank account. I don't deal with the pennies, the change. I leave that for next time. So there's always, something less than $1 in my account after I move the money. But of course, you can add a bank account or a debit card by clicking on this thing right here. There's a couple of other things. You can change your password and that kind of thing. But once you've got it all set up, when you're ready to move your pay, you just click on My Bank. That's where I move my money, and it'll bring up another page. I can't show you all of that because there's too much personal information on it. But it will say, ask you how much of the balance, below here is a line of balance, how much of the balance you want to move into your personal account. And then once you fill that in, you click on the little button that says Go, and down at the bottom, I think you have to click on something else again, and then it'll say, okay, we're waiting on approval from your company. Now, the approval from CTFO comes very quickly. It takes about 2 days for the money to show up in my bank account when I do this. Rarely has it taken any longer than that. So it's a very quick, efficient process. Some other things you should know about the GPG account is that if you let the money sit in there longer than 6 months, it says it goes away. I don't know. I've never let it sit in there that long. But the point is, in the beginning, I only downloaded money once a month. Okay. For my wife's account, I only download money once a month. But I reached a point where I could download money every week, and that sounded better to me than once a month. So I do it every week. I think most people who are making any reasonable amount of money do it every week. If you're not making much money, though, you can do it every month or every 2 months or whatever. And in the beginning, and especially if you have to go to the library to do this, that's just fine, okay? When you go to the library, you should be checking your emails to see what kind of notices you got from the company or from me. And, I send out emails, the company sends out emails, and so on. So that's a way that you can stay informed, and you'll know whether there's money in your GPG account or not. And then at the appropriate time, when you want to, you can move that money into your bank account or onto a debit card or whatever. Okay? That's how you get your money. Not hard. Well, how do you build a business? Again, I'm going to go through this very quickly since I do it every week, but I want even new people to know how you build a business. It's very easy. 1, 2, 3. 1, be an active member. Be an AutoShip member. If you want to be in the nutritional products business, you should be a nutritional products user. The good news is you don't have to buy 10 products or 5 products or even 2 products. You only have to buy one $47 product to always be active. If you put that product on AutoShip, you save another 5%. So why not do that? If you're going to be in this, be an active member. Number 2, you must advertise your business. You cannot make any money until you bring in other people and they buy product. That's the bottom line. So you got to advertise your business to other people so you can bring in new members. You can advertise by word of mouth. That's the best way if you have no money, okay? Because advertising does cost money. But word of mouth is free. You can talk to anybody, send anybody you want to your website, okay? They may or may not decide to sign up for free, or may or may not decide to buy a product, but it's free, okay? You can also use our mailing systems. Some people use mailing systems other than the one I provide, okay? We have postcards, we have flyers, we have the Postal Profit System. Those are the systems that I offer to people, okay? If you want to print your own postcards and find your own leads, I'll help you do that, okay? You don't have to buy leads from me. You can I'll send you a master of the postcard. You can print them out. Then, because the master will have your ID on it, you don't even have to put your ID on the card. You just print all the cards you want. Order leads from whatever source you want to order them from, and you can, kind of do your own thing. If you want to go create your own postcard, that's fine. Just don't put my name and address on it, because I will only respond to my postcards, okay? I don't care if you print your own, but if you want to create your own, then you gotta run that system, okay? Number 3, obviously you want your new members to do number 1 and number 2, so you must follow up with your new members. You can use email, but be aware that 95% of emails go unopened and unanswered and even unseen. They end up in spam folders. You can call them on the phone, but most phone calls go to voicemail because people don't answer their phone from people they don't know. You can use text. That actually works better than email, I'm told, because people do respond to text, especially younger people. My grandchildren don't know how to answer the phone. Apparently, all they know is how to send text, okay? But the thing is, everybody opens their postal mail. So if you live in the United States of America and you're using our U.S. only mailing systems, then it's a good idea to send them one of our welcome letters. If you want a copy of that welcome letter with your personal information on it, send me an email and tell me your name, ID, and username, and I will send you that 2-page PDF welcome letter by return email. Very simple. And then every time you get a sign up from a U.S. person, all right, because people outside the U.S. cannot use our direct mail, postal mail systems, send them a copy of that welcome letter. What do you do after that? Just rinse and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep doing that till you're making all the money you want. I'm not making all the money I want yet. I'm an executive vice president, okay? So that should tell you something. What about the discounted packs? How do you make money from them? Here's our strategy. Sorry. It's ragweed, not COVID, okay? First of all, in order to be pack qualified, you need to buy 1 pack for yourself. Yes, you should also be on product ownership for any one $47 or higher product. But if you buy 1 pack of any size for yourself, then you're pack qualified, and your back office will show you at what level you're qualified, okay? They'll have a big check mark. Mine has a big check mark beside platinum. I'm platinum qualified, okay? The next thing you need to do is enroll your spouse or some other family member living with you under you. You want a second position to take advantage of the PAC program, okay? If you don't have a spouse or a family member, you can create an LLC or a sole proprietorship business that has a different tax ID from yours. You probably use your social security number for your tax ID, but you can create a little business that has a different tax ID and put it under you. That's completely legal and acceptable with CTFO to do that. Number 3, buy all your additional products under your family member or your LLC or sole proprietorship as discounted packs. So you're getting one product on AutoShip. Wait until you need to buy at least $350 worth of products. You want to load up on keto shakes or keto creamer or CelluV or whatever, or you want to buy a 3-pack of 1500 10X Pure, that alone will qualify. Okay, but something, and of course, the buy page lets you know how many more dollars you need to spend to qualify for one of the discounted packs. So buy all of your products as discounted packs. What does that do for you? Well, you save an additional $50, $100, or $200, depending on the size of the pack, because you get a bonus from the fact that one of your personals bought a pack. Well, that family member or your LLC is a personal, all right? So you get an additional discount, really, from the bonus. You also get a smaller amount of team pay from that purchase. But here's the real gold in all this. When you follow up with every one of your personals and teach them to do the same thing, what happens? Your sales volume, your pack bonuses, and your team pay start to explode. Everybody who is buying product should be using this strategy. Obviously, if you're on AutoShip for, say, the vitamins or the Immune Essentials pack or something like that, that's your sort of minimum purchase that you make every month. But every now and then you want to buy a bunch of products, right? You want to stock up on some things that you're using, but you don't want to put on AutoShip, okay? So when you do it this way, you make more money, you save more money, okay? Smart building and smart shopping. Why do we use direct mail? Well, first of all, I say always contact your warm market first. That's people you know, okay? Your family, your friends. Yes, I know you're going to tell me you're in the No Friends Left Club, all right? So was I when I started. I understand that, but, you know, some of my family members were excited about CBD, and they joined just so they could buy the product, and then they liked the product so much they started building. The same thing will happen in your family. Just send them to your website, say, hey, take a look at this. It's free. And if you join for free, it'll help me out, even if you never buy anything. And if they scratch their heads about that, say, well, go look at the pay plan video, and it'll explain to you about profit sharing positions. Okay? Tease them a little bit. But contact your warm market. Okay? Start with your senior vice presidents here, 3 or 4 family members who are willing to join under you for free. Some of them will not do a dang thing, all right? Some of them will buy product occasionally. Some of them will actually decide they want to build a business with you, all right? So when that happens, guess what? Mail allows you and your team that you brought in from your warm market to approach people you don't know. The cold market, okay? Now, cold market is harder. You have less credibility with people you don't know than with people you do know. So really when you use mail or internet, any form of paid advertising, you're advertising to the cold market, and you're playing what we call the numbers game, all right? You're sorting through people who say they are interested in you're finding out who really is interested or who really will get off the couch and do something, okay? But it allows you to talk to people you don't know. Thirdly, anybody can mail a letter or a postcard with no training. That's the real beauty of this, okay? If you want to learn how to advertise effectively online, that takes some training. If you want to know how to talk to people on the phone, most people require some training. You don't have to go to any boot camps to mail a postcard, okay? It's not hard. The instructions are very simple and anybody can follow them. And what that means is that new people can start doing this right away, and it's duplicatable. That's what duplicatable means. It's very easy to copy. All right? Now, this means that your business can build on the work of other people, what we call leverage. Leverage is very important. That's how you get the big numbers in our industry. Well, does it work? Yes. It works for everybody except those who quit mailing. Okay, when you quit mailing, you quit advertising. I've been doing this for a little over 5 years now, 5 years as of this month, actually. And I've mailed out at least 100 postcards a week for the entire 5 years. I've been mailing 1,000 Postal Profit System letters a month since, I want to say last January or so, something like that. All right? I spend money on advertising, okay? That's why I have 42,000 people in my group and why I routinely sell 60, 70,000 or more in products every single month. It's not just me, it's me and all the other people who are mailing and using word of mouth and online and whatever they're doing, okay? It works. Just a couple of reminders. The CTFO corporate webinars, man, I need to change it, are 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll try to remember to change that before next week. I will change it on the copy I send out by email. But you just go to ctfowebinar.com at the appointed time, and you will hear the latest and greatest. This Tuesday, my friend Mike Swilling and Michael Kahn, one of the co-founders, are going to be the special guest on the Tuesday night call, and they're going to talk about how they built their business, okay? So you'll want to be on that webinar. Thursday night webinars are product-oriented. We had an excellent Thursday night webinar this past week with a medical doctor who recently joined the team, and he talked about primarily 10X Pure CBD oil, but he also touched on some of the other products. Secondly, on Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m., Mike Swilling, who is my personal enroller and the #1 distributor in the entire company, holds his legacy team call. That call is primarily oriented toward building by word of mouth. That's how Mike primarily builds his business. That call is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. Number to call, 319-527-2973. Mike also simultaneously does that as a Facebook Live presentation. If you get on the Facebook group, the Legacy Team group, that will give you access to the Facebook Live presentation as well. Okay, I do want to tell a little story this week. I just shake my head at all the things that are happening around us, all the crazy things. We were going to flatten the curve in 2 weeks, and now it's been 6 months. We've been in this pandemic. We have a very contentious and divisive election going on, in case you hadn't noticed, all right? The pandemic has affected everything. In fact, this past week, we finally got Buckeye football. Yay! We're going to have a football season for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Later in the week, we sadly saw the passing of one of our Supreme Court justices, a woman, even if you didn't agree with her judicial or political philosophy, was a trailblazer for women. And I have admiration for her, even though I didn't agree with everything she ever said or did, okay? Unfortunately, her death put a whole new set of controversy into the election and all politics and all of that stuff. And so, you know, it just seems like everything is going crazy. And I'm going to warn you, don't get too caught up in all that stuff. Sure, go out and vote. Everybody should vote for whoever you think should be your, not just your president, but your senator, congressman, state rep, judge, school board, whatever. Vote and exercise your right to vote. But I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was in the hospital a few years ago, this was in 2016 during the primary season. Okay. And why was I in the hospital? I had some kind of mystery disease, a virus, again, not COVID, but some virus that was having a lot of bad effects on me, and we couldn't figure out what it was. So they put me in the hospital for a week so they could test me for everything under the sun. And I had every test you could think of. They were taking blood 2 or 3 times a day. I had a colonoscopy, I had an echocardiogram, I had a bone marrow, whatever you call it, to see if I had cancer. I had every test you could think of. They never did figure out what was wrong with me, by the way. I just got better. But during that process, my wife and I were in the hospital room. We were watching TV, and one of the presidential candidates was on. We were talking about whoever it was, going back and forth about whether that person was going to win or not, or would be a good candidate or not. This lady who was an older black woman who actually was one of my caregivers, she took all my blood samples and all of those kind of things during the week I was in there. She said, you know, none of those people are going to make any difference in your life. You got to make your own difference. And then she started telling us about how she took care of her husband for 15 years while he was dying of kidney failure. He eventually did die. And she was not only working, but she was also his caregiver during that entire time. And we, you know, it's kind of stopped us in our tracks, and we said, how in the world were you able to hold up for 15 years of that? And she said, you know, you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's what you have to do. And I was going through my own trial there with my health situation, and it was like a message from God, really. And I think it's important during this crazy time that we live, is we just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. We have to keep going. We have to keep our business going. We have to keep our families going. We have to do whatever we have to do to put bread on our table, to pay our rent or mortgage or whatever we have to pay. We have to keep on putting one foot in front of the other and not get too caught up in the politics and the craziness, okay? That's not the way to success. The way to success is to keep on keeping on, and sure, go vote, that's fine. But don't waste your time and your emotions getting all tied up in the craziness, because that's exactly what it is, drama and craziness. So, folks, that's my story for the week, and I'm sticking to it. Have a fantastic week. Dr. Dick, signing off.